Senator Kate Lundy, Parliamentary Secretary for Immigration and Multicultural Affairs. We know you've been tweeting. How do you think social media, community media can catch up with social media as the driving force in our generation?
Look, it's a great question, and I think there's a real opportunity to use the social media to complement the conversations that are occurring in traditional media. For example, if you're having a conversation through your radio station, also have a hashtag for that conversation so people can participate online in a digital way, as well as listening to the conversation that's occurring. And I think this is a wonderful way to bring social media into and strengthen and bring another dimension to the way in which we traditionally broadcast and share information. So it adds really layers, I think, can be really powerful in inviting more people to be part of that conversation. You might not want to ring up or participate in that way, and only one person can talk at a time. But social media lets everyone talk at the same time, but you can still make sense of if you use a hashtag on Twitter.
Another question I have, what is the message the current immigration policy is sending to the asylum seekers that want to come to Australia?
Well, one of the things we're very concerned about, of course, is the safety of people coming to Australia, particularly by boat. Many asylum seekers come here with only a small percentage of really arriving by boat, but we are concerned for their health and well-being. We also think that we have a regional responsibility to work with our neighbours. We know countries like Malaysia, like Indonesia, have a far greater presence of asylum seekers, and we feel we have a responsibility to work with our countries in our region to share that challenge of making sure we can find as many homes, permanent homes, for asylum seekers who are entitled to stay under the Convention as we possibly can. So it's a policy very much focused on long-term, sustainable or durable outcomes for asylum seekers and refugees.
And one final question I have, international students, after graduation, they apply for work visa. Is it for them to get PR? And if they got a PR, what do the locals going to think? Are they going to think that they're snatching their jobs from them?
No, I don't think so. I think for people who study here, we know we have a demand for skill sets, and many of those areas of demand are in areas where students are currently studying. So if they fit that criteria and are able to attain their permanent residency, then I think there's a very supportive environment in the Australian community. And I think that is something that characterises Australian multiculturalism, and part of my role to make sure that these really positive stories of what migrants contribute both to our economy, our society and our culture actually bring. And we've got some fabulous research from Professor Graham Hugo, which really outlines or articulates what those strengths are that our migrants and refugees bring to Australia. It's a wonderful thing, and we need to celebrate these stories more and more.
Thank you very much, Senator.
Thank you.
We're happy to have you here.